Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Deborah M. Wilson, and I am doing an audio version of my book, The Resilient Learner's Backpack. I am currently reading Step 4, Retune the Nervous System. If you are listening to this only by itself and not watching a video, you will just hear my voice. If you are watching a video on YouTube, you will see that I have animated the content to bring you a little more entertainment. Thank you, so let's get started. Step 4, Retune the Nervous System. While talking with a colleague who teaches in the elementary grades, her facial expression changed from smiling to concern when the topic of time weaved its way into our conversation. I feel like my students are so rushed. There's too much to cover and not enough time. I feel stressed trying to cover everything, and the students feel stressed trying to learn everything. Time is also an issue when learners don't understand the assignment, have difficulty staying focused, experience signals of danger, or need support with regulation. Often when challenges arise, there isn't time to remedy the situation. However, being able to make mistakes, repair the mistakes, and learn from them leads to being more resilient. In time-crunch classrooms, making the time to utilize the repair process we'll be discussing in this step is essential for nurturing resilience. This process of repair retunes the nervous system, a term used in the Polyvagal lexicon. Internal danger maps and safety rest stops. To discover solutions to challenges that hinder student success, you need to understand the concept of internal danger maps. We all have internal danger maps created by events, experiences, and relationship challenges in our lives, some more serious than others. Students come to school with danger maps already in place from incidents and events that happened outside of the school environment. School events may add to students' danger maps as well. Danger maps influence a student's ability to regulate, focus, persevere, and be resilient when there are obstacles to learning. Identifying safety rest stops is an effective way for you and students to take a break and regain the capacity to move forward on your learning paths and not escalate a situation. You need safety rest stops in place to navigate danger zones and to increase a sense of safety and connection. One way to increase feelings of safety and connection is by providing retuning opportunities for the nervous system by consciously creating safety rest stops throughout the day. Safety rest stops are people, places, and things that offer the nervous system a way to take a break, like taking a break from hiking by sitting on a bench or a rock that fits your bum perfectly. Using the IOB formula, what safety rest stops can be explicitly discovered that support safety from inside, outside, and between? As an example, some schools have sensory rooms where students go for a sensory break to regulate the nervous system. This could be a safety rest stop for a learner by supporting safety from inside and serves to increase safety from the outside in the environment. Creating a safety rest stop with another person might include co-regulating and working together on an assignment that seems too complex. This provides a safety rest stop for a student who considers academic failure a danger map experience. You aren't responsible for solving or fixing every experience on a student's danger map. It's enough to offer to be a co-regulating resource and acknowledge the emotions associated with the experiences on danger maps, sending the message that the student is being heard, seen, and valued. Your offering may be received immediately. It may take days, weeks, or even into the next school year for the learner to trust what is being offered. Over time, the offering of safety and connection is what helps retune the nervous system. The work is in the offering of safety and connection. Leanna Ray, LCSW. The repair process, retuning, and reducing burnout. Let's bring the concept of danger maps and retuning nervous systems into relationships with people by using the repair continuum that places experiences from miss and mend on one end to breach and build on the other end. Ruptures and repairs land in the middle. As you move further to the right of the continuum, nudges of danger and feelings of disconnection increase, ultimately expanding your danger map. Remember that where events land on the continuum varies depending on personal danger maps. What may seem like a minor event to one nervous system can be experienced as a major event to another person who has a complex danger map. Mismatches are those inevitable times in relationships when your wants and needs misalign with another person's wants and needs. These mismatches may be minor or major. They increase signals of danger and contribute to expanding staff and learners' danger maps. However, if repairs are done, the mismatches actually strengthen resilience rather than add to danger maps. So next time you find yourself in a disagreement or argument with someone, you can view it as a resilience-building experience. Let's utilize the repair continuum by exploring a scenario that begins on the left side of the continuum and moves to the other end as the signals of danger increase. Let's begin with the example of a teacher asking a student to quit talking and get working on an assignment. The student gives the teacher a look of annoyance and keeps talking. As the teacher approaches, the student says, "Sorry," and starts working on the assignment without any further conflict. On the repair continuum, the event is a miss and mend. The student mended by apologizing and getting to work. Let's say this exchange escalates, and the student refuses to stop talking, gets up abruptly, crumples the assignment, and storms out of the room. The situation is moving to the right of the continuum into the rupture and repair area. The signals of danger have intensified, along with a weakening connection between the student and teacher. It's now going to take more energy and skill to repair the damage done by the student's explosive response to the teacher's request. The teacher may need to consult the principal, vice principal, school counselor, or behavior specialist to repair the rupture. Continuing with this example, the student returns to class, kicks over the desk, uses profanity toward the teacher, and threatens to hurt the teacher after school. The event is moving further to the right to breach and build. The nervous systems of the teacher and students witnessing the outburst are receiving life-threatening signals of danger. Does the student have a gun or a knife? Will the threats turn into violence? Could students and the teachers be physically harmed? The teacher calls for help or takes the students out of the room to distance everyone from danger. This is now a breach and build experience on the continuum. Mental health professionals, law enforcement, and/or other specialists will be required to rebuild trust and the relationship between the student and the teacher, as well as between the student and classmates. The student is responsible for improving the behavior and participating in the repair process. This may require additional support from the behavior team, but it doesn't fall solely on the teacher's shoulders. This is one of the root causes for teacher burnout. Teachers are equipped to handle the miss and mends, not ruptures or breaches, without support from team members specifically trained to handle these types of situations. The teacher's job is to offer to participate in the repair process, not to do all the repairing. This is a very important point. Disruptive behavior that increases signals of danger in a classroom must be handled immediately so that all students and staff return to feeling safe. The student may not be ready to participate in the repair process and may continue with behavior that keeps disconnection and rupture in the relationship. When repairs are not made while moving along the continuum, feelings of danger and disconnection increase. Neglecting to complete the repair process creates complex danger maps for the staff and students on the other end of the dangerous behavior. If you work in a school or district that implements restorative practices or responsive classrooms, understanding one's nervous system states and how events affect nervous system states on the repair continuum are key elements to integrate into these programs to create a more embodied process. We have to teach skills to develop resilience. Cultivating skills needed to be successful leads to academic resilience, builds the capacity to retune the nervous system, and participate in the repair process. The art of cultivating skills is always done while maintaining the important elements of safety and connection. The skills needing cultivation vary depending on context and goals of specific programs. The cultivation of skills leads to students becoming more academically buoyant, able to bounce back from the day-to-day experiences of minor setbacks. The cultivation of skills differs depending on the focus of what you're wanting students to learn. It's an important step in the retuning process to explicitly state the skills being taught. For example, cultivating skills focusing on a polyvagal guided process may look like this. Cultivating polyvagal guided skills. 1. Monitoring internal states. 2. Communicating needs. 3. Accessing regulating resources. 4. Adjusting strategies as needed. 5. Maintaining motivation. 6. Acknowledging growth. Noticing the good stuff. Glimmers, a concept Deb Dana shares, are moments when we take time to notice beauty, kindness, humor, connection, or things that bring us little bursts of joy. Often we are too busy and let these moments pass by. Noticing glimmers is another way of retuning our nervous systems to be on the lookout for signals of safety throughout our day. We can sprinkle, receive, notice, or share glimmers. Dr. Rick Hanson, author of Resilience: How to Grow an Unshakable Core of Calm, Strength, and Happiness, believes that the key to thriving in a chaotic world is growing strength inside oneself. Noticing glimmers is a great way to build strength within and retune the nervous system. This is how we learn to keep one foot in ventral, a phrase from Deb Dana that we can use to navigate the ever-changing landscape of life. Here are some questions to ask yourself to begin implementing strategies discussed up to now. To support nervous system retuning, today in class, did we receive signals of safety from inside, outside, and between? Have choices in how we complete tasks, individually, small group, or whole class? Use safety rest stops when feeling anxious or unsafe? Engage in activities that increase feelings of connection with one another? Monitor our ANS states during learning tasks? Help another person regulate through co-regulation? Integrate movement to help regulate and learn? Use nature, sensory, or quiet spaces? Participate in the repair process? Cultivate skills? Notice, sprinkle, receive, or share glimmers? Step 4 tools and activities help you explore the repair continuum, danger maps, safety rest stops, cultivation of skills, and noticing glimmers, all essential ingredients for strengthening resilience by retuning the nervous system and redrawing danger maps. Step 4, befriending benefits. The repair continuum offers a guideline for understanding what it means to do enough. Some repairs take more time than others based on where they land on the continuum. Many are beyond your ability or responsibility to repair within the context of the school environment. Being a co-regulating resource for students is how you do enough. Understanding danger maps and safety rest stops provides an effective way to negotiate obstacles that may get in the way of learning. The ability to repair relationships and retune nervous systems requires a cultivation of skills that support becoming more academically resilient. Utilizing the power of glimmers provides an additional strategy for retuning the nervous system. Teaching polyvagal concepts through literature provides a seamless way to integrate important lifelong skills without taking time away from academics. Discuss nervous system states of characters in books and how they use regulating resources and repair relationships. Step 4, Backpack Essentials. Retune the nervous system. The one thing. Make sure to keep one foot in ventral at all times. Deb Dana, author of The Polyvagal Theory and Therapy, The Rhythm of Regulation, and many other books. Step 4, retune the nervous system. Keeping track of behavior tool. So this is something that I feel is really important and that we might be missing, and why teachers and support staff might be getting burned out, is that we're handling a lot of behavior that is beyond the scope of what we are trained to handle. So this tool is to just bring that awareness into the light so that you can actually keep track of how many miss and mends you have, how many ruptures and repairs and breach and builds. And we have a video coming up on this, so I'm not going to go into great detail about the differences between it. But basically, the continuum is such that the more involved the behavior, the more signs of danger and disconnection we feel. So we're over on one side, safety and connection, but as these miss and mends, and then these more difficult behaviors of rupture and repair, and then breaches and builds, as those start to happen, we move further away and into danger and disconnection. So there are some examples there on the right side that you can look at and become familiar with. So I thought maybe we could do a repair square activity with students where they actually look at either characters in a book, or if something actually did happen that the whole group is concerned about, we could say, was that a miss and mend? Was it a rupture and repair? Was it a breach and build? And then here's what happened. And then here's the nervous system state that I was in. And then this is what I need to feel better or to feel safer. And so again, there's an example on the right-hand side of a recess example where a kid was hit by a ball in the back, and he thought it was on purpose, and the person who threw it was aiming for them and making them feel stupid when the ball hit them. And they were in sympathetic fight. They were pretty mad about it. They need the person to apologize and say it won't happen again. and that they'll accept the apology if the repair happens. And another scenario might be that the student wasn't throwing it at him. He just like threw the ball. I don't know if that's a word, but anyway, threw the ball randomly and it hit him. So it could be that nothing like that even happened, that he wasn't targeted. So by doing this, it's a way of really unpacking again what happened and help retune the nervous system. The nervous system retunes by doing repair. That is how we get to have a nervous system that's flexible, which we'll be talking about in the next step. So the next cultivation flower tool is we have to cultivate skills. Like we can't expect students just know how to do some of these things. And that's where our social emotional learning curriculum comes in and some of our skills building. So an example of if I were cultivating skills for this book and for resilience, I would make sure the students understood their nervous system states. I'd increase their feelings of safety and connection. We'd participate in co-regulating activities. We'd participate in socially shared activities. We'd learn how to repair relationships, and we organize our new skills that we need to learn. So I'd actually use this cultivation flower with students as well. Even though it's a tool, I might expand it and have students use it and say, what skills do you need right now? What skills are you lacking that's causing you to not feel successful? Glimmers all around. This is something that Deb Dana she's the one who discovered, or I guess designed, this whole glimmer idea. And we all know triggers, but we don't necessarily understand glimmers. So glimmers are those small things that we can do throughout the day where we notice a rainbow, the sounds of somebody laughing, a pretty bird. When we're starting to feel dysregulated, noticing glimmers helps us keep one foot in ventral, helps us get back to ventral. And so teaching our students to do glimmers is a great thing. And there's a teacher friend of mine who they do glimmers at the end of the day. They each go around and say one glimmer. And even if they forget, they were on the way to the bus and they said, we forgot to do our glimmers. So they did it on the way to the bus. It's just a great way to end the day on a positive note because by the end of the day, we tend to think about all the things that went wrong. But with glimmers, you go, oh, so that student, even though I thought that student had a bad day, they have a glimmer for me. So, or a glimmer, not for me, but a glimmer that they can share. So it's just a great way I'd like to end our day. And so you can give these cards out, students can fill them, you'll be creative on how to use them. Keeping one foot in ventral is Deb Dana's one thing quote. When I asked her, what's one thing, Deb? What's one thing? She said, let's always try to keep one foot in ventral. So we have this cute tennis shoe. And a lot of these images can be colored. I kind of made them in black and white so that they can get colored pens and they can zhuzh them up a little bit. So keeping one foot in ventral is, what are the people and pets in our lives that help us feel good, help us feel like we're loved? Where are the places we enjoy going? What are the activities and things we enjoy doing? What are those memories we think about that are housed inside of us, inside of our heart, that when we think about those memories, we feel really good about it? So this is an activity that you can do with your students. And when we're starting to feel dysregulated, say, hey, let's keep one foot in ventral. And you can actually have this as a tool for them. It's a regulating resource. It's in their backpack, as a lot of these are there. All these resources are designed to be, keep adding to the backpack. Here's one more thing we can do to help stay regulated in a world that wants to keep us as dysregulated as possible. Thank you for listening or watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did enjoy the video, it really helps if you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for all you do for children. We'll catch you in the next video.